Okay, good afternoon, guys. Hope everyone is well. 25th of April. We are around about just over a minute away from the market open. So we've had some news this morning create this little spike. Hey, Speedy, how you doing? And we seem to be working down now. I've got this as a small break and a push to a new low, so I'm not sure. I also could have had it like this and it kind of fitted nice at the bottom, so I'm assuming it's a break. It's a little bit more clearer on the NQ, little channel there breaking a new low, so just keep an eye on that anyway. So hope everyone had a good trading day yesterday. No trades for me. I don't think there was a lot round yesterday in all fairness, so I'm quite happy when, it is what it is. It doesn't stress me out so much. So, market is due open, so whether we're going to recover some of this or what, who knows. But we have got some more news coming up in around about 30 minutes. Home sales, pending home sales, so we'll just keep an eye on that. So another PA this morning, so I'm up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 7 now. So, okay, market's open. That lag is just gone up. Should sort itself out in a minute, hopefully. Okay, so are we bouncing here? Let me have a look. Okay, so there's kind of a lower high there which is triggered. I'm just trying to think whether this looks like it's bottoming to me or not. Or are we just going sideways? I'd like to see a bit of a reversal. Okay, so we're heading sideways at the moment. Hopefully we can get out of this. See, there is a possibility of a slightly wider channel. It actually touches the bottoms, but it does miss this, in which case that's a break and we're looking for a new low. So let's have a look. Depends how you got that drawn, really. I'm a bit on the fence about that. Okay, so little bullish bar there. Are we going to push back up? I'm just staying out of this at the moment. If that is the channel, I'm expecting a new low, so I'd expect it to break below that little bullish bar there. Or, well, more neutral, isn't it? Took that short for 13 ticks. That one there, did you? Yeah, I'm assuming, Speedy, you got your channel like that, have you? It actually fits kind of nice at the bottoms, doesn't it? I just wasn't sure. In which case, it's going to make it. Oh, okay, it has made a new low, that has. So, let me have a look on that NQ. You did. Good on you, mate. The NQ looks a little bit different. We obviously had that initial spike. This looks like a channel to me with a break and some pushes down to a new low. I've tried to make that fit. You could say there. It just doesn't fit as nice. There it does. But I don't think it matters anyway. We've had a break on both of them and we've clearly made a new low. So is this bottoming or are we going to continue down? I don't know. Not sure about that. Okay, let's just leave it alone for a minute, see if it figures itself out. Okay, so we've had a channel down there, we've had a break, a little bit of sideways, clearly 2 legs down to a new low. Is this now reversing? It looks like it's bottoming out on the NQ. We've had 1, 2, 3. We've had a bunch of touches down there, so if we can get above that EMA, so it's clearly played out anyway, so what we want to do is get up, make a couple of legs back, make a wider channel, and then hopefully give us something. So I'm thinking about something on the regions of that, somewhere around about there. I mean, there's still a possibility it could continue down, but I'm hoping it doesn't. Rodian, how you doing, buddy? Brooks was saying if it's tight channel on the 5 minutes, the chances are going lower. Tight bear channel on the 5 minutes at the moment. Yeah, it's hard to say, isn't it? Let's get rid of that. Yeah, have a look. On the 5 minute. Initial push down, it's like a spike in a channel, isn't it? So maybe it is. It's just hard to tell at the moment, isn't it? We could have a leg down, a couple of attempts to go high, and then it continues down. It's a bit hard to tell at the moment. We've had a double bottom there. We've had this channel down. We've clearly had a break, and we've clearly had a couple of pushes to a new low, and we've retested it. But yeah, like I say, it can just keep coming down. Trouble is, after a channel and a break, you can reverse then, but obviously if it's a bearish market, it doesn't mean it's going to. It may just be there's some kind of a wider channel there. Let's see what happens here. So that could just be a bit of a correction after this, and then it continues down. So tough one at the moment. Sean, how you doing? Maybe it's trying to make a measured move. Well, there was a bit of a measured move from yesterday that I had a look, which it kind of did, I think. Did I go from here to there? and then from there to there it's gone way past that, unless you took it from there, in which case we bounce. So let's not forget that news. If it's there, we've still got some ways to go. There is a failure there. It's too far from the EMA for me. I want it up here really, because it could trigger you and stop you out. There may be like a triple bottom there. So is this market now starting to reverse? 1, 2, 3. There's like a triple test there. Trouble is, I prefer triple tests short in a downtrend. Just too big, that. Too close to the bottom, too congested. There'll probably be some longs below that line there. Some long stops. So will it get below there? If it doesn't get below there, it may start to push up. I don't know. I'm just sort of call it an educated guess. Surely it's going to go now, isn't it? I just can't go short there into sort of middle of nowhere. It'd be nice to see we get down here, but at the moment it's still closed above that line. I'd say from what I'm seeing, we're pushing up, we're getting rejection, we're pushing up, we're getting rejection. I think it'll probably break below that line, but I wouldn't swear to it. How many contracts you trade in your evals? It depends how I trade them, mate. If I trade the news, I trade 10 contracts. And I'll go for 6.25 points, and I'll just I'll do one of those OCO orders. I've done it once and it worked. Depends how quick you want to pass them, but if you've got PAs and you want to just add to your PAs, you try and pass them quick, but obviously there is a risk. There is a risk if it works. I'm out for the day with 2-0. Yeah, this does look like it's bottoming after this channel. A clear break, and we bounce a bunch of times, and now we're having a strong push up. So I want to give it a chance to come down. Failing that, if we can push up and have a couple of legs and start to come at that angle, then I'd say let's try this again. We've got a channel down clearly, but it is flattening off there. We got a touch, a touch, a touch. Kind of works, but we are flattening off, so I want to give it a chance to break and come down. But I have a feeling we may get a reversal here. This does look like it's bottoming out. Let's get rid of that a minute. I mean, it could just be going sideways or sideways. My daughter keeps correcting me. I call it sideways. It's sideways, isn't it? I don't know. So, channel break, new high. Now, are we going to come down and retest this, or are we going to go? Whoo? Let's have a look. Yeah, this to me, we've tried multiple times. This to me looks like it's going to reverse. Now, news. Where's my thing gone? There it is. Christ, let's not forget that. Flipping hell. It's amazing how focused you get and you completely miss that great big bunch of big letters to my left. I've got to keep them in mind, I really have. Let's just take my hand off the mouse, I think. Okay, this is what I think. Having said that, it doesn't look right on the NQ. I'm wondering if we're going to get a channel like that. 2 legs back and up we go. Then that's probably a no. It's all right. When I put the channel, I looked at the NQ, and the NQ is right at the top. If this is a channel, we're right at the top. So whether this is going to come down or not, I don't know. But all of a sudden, that's just changed really bullish. It is kind of a second entry long, but at the moment it's a bit congested. So I'm just my concern is it going higher. When if this is a channel, we're right at the very top. So you'd expect this probably to come down somewhere, wouldn't you? So I think an uptrend right at the moment is probably not sensible. It does seem to be starting to range there, in all fairness. Okay, let's ditch that. Okay, this is definitely starting to look like a range now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. 1, 2, 3, 4 at the bottom. And the way this is coming down towards this bottom part, this is making sense. So let me have a look. I think this is the most PAs I've ever had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I've not had 7 before. I think 5's the most I've had before. Little channel break. Be nice to get down here. Yeah, good. Okay, this is definitely starting to look like a range. There is a possibility we could continue on down, down sideways, and then maybe down some more. It's always possible. Oh, quick drop out the bottom there. Measured move. Channel break, new low. Okay, on that NQ, we do seem to have a bit of a channel. We've got a leg and a leg. It's not very bearish, that, but it is 2 legs back to this area here. It's a very small risk, that one. I don't, even though they're small risks, I just don't like taking them. For me, it's a bit hit and miss. But what I will say is it didn't look too bad on the NQ 2 legs back. It's a small bar, that is. But I don't like picking bottoms, especially when I don't know what direction. I mean, that's what, a 1.5 with a tick above and a tick below. So it's a 1 point bar, that is. But you just don't know what it's going to do you see? I'd like it to hit that measured move. Mind you, it's only a few ticks off, so it may be just negligible, really. I've got it really tight. Okay, stop that bar out by 1 tick and another bullish bar there by 1 tick. Now is it going to push up? Okay, measured movement comfortably. You know what? Maybe this price may just keep continuing down. God only knows. Push down, a little bit of a pullback. We could get a measured leg from there to there. Who knows? Rhodian. Microsoft is down 4.5%. Is it really? I got a bit stitched a couple of days ago on H-bar. I really like H-bar. And it was something to do with BlackRock. I don't know, it was a bit of a limp biscuit, I think. But it shut up, so I added to it, and then it flipping dropped. So I got a bit stitched. Not badly, but enough so it annoys me. Right, so that measured leg's played out, so I think it's something with AI tools not as good as they thought. We could continue down here. We've broken these lows. We've broken the lows for this, and it still wants to continue down. So let me just have a little look. Now, is this just fading, this breakout? Is it? UK trader here. Keen to learn as much as I can and be part of a community of UK traders. Happy to share advice. Brilliant. Who I believe is the best broker for UK futures. And also great to follow and support minded people. Well, to be honest with you, most of us here follow Mac's price action trading system, and we tend to trade with Apex, so we don't tend to trade. Some of us trade our own cash, but Ninja Trader have got their own broker, so it obviously depends what platform you use, but I use Ninja. I believe Ninja Trader is one of the biggest platforms for futures traders, I believe. So I use, if I was going to trade my own money, which I will at some point, I think you've got to use your own, Ninja Trader's own brokerage. There used to be two when I started, Philip Capital and something else, but I think things changed. But if you do want to learn a system, you don't look any further than this, than Mac's system. Not only is it brilliant, it's cheap. He charges a grand total of $125 per year, and you can become a member of the website. You can watch or he's got hundreds of videos in there about price action. He's been trading for over 25 years. I could certainly point in the right direction. And then I think most of us use Apex, start on a sim and then move to a prop firm. It's just much cheaper. That way you can, you got a chance of building and making some money without throwing lots away. Because when you start, there is a lot of blowing up accounts, and you really don't want to be blowing up your own money accounts. So where are you from? But anyway, where are you from? There's not a lot of UK guys. There's a couple of us. If you can, well, there's a Scotsman. If you can add the Scotsman, Sam. He's a buddy of ours anyway. But there's not a lot of UK. There's a few UK guys here, I think, isn't there? But I think there's a bunch of them. There's people from all over the US. There's Rodian here from Australia, stroke New Zealand. You'll have to remind me there, Rodian. So there's people from South Africa. There's people from all over. Yeah, whereabouts in the... Chris, come on, yeah, of course you are, yeah. I'm going to ask you where you're from again now. Isn't it Essex or something? You'll have to remind me. Yeah, so there's a few of us. There's a few of us. Be amazing. Been using TradingView for about 3 months. Paper trading. Got a fair bit of blown up accounts, so yeah, I'll do that. Oh, Hertfordshire. Okay, gotcha. Rodian's Melbourne. Okay, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Got you. Just, yeah. South Africa, but live in the UK for 22 years. I got you. If you want, it's long enough, he'll send you bollocks. Gotcha. Yeah, that's true. Actually, 25 years is the current is the current standard. If you're looking to trade now, let me think. Close enough to pop down the summer barbecue. There you go. So if you've been trading on TradingView, what are you trading? See TradingView? I think most people use TradingView as a charting platform, don't they? So have you started? Did you say you started futures or something else? US futures. Okay, I'm going to do you a real solid now, and you can ask Brant. I know he's part of Mac's group. You can ask him what he thinks of Mac's system, but it's good and it's cheap. So I'll just show you his website, and then you can watch 13 years worth of videos on YouTube. So let me have a look. I'll show you his website if I can find it. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so this is his website here. Now he teaches price action trading, which is we use very little indicators really with the moving average there. That's all we really use. The rest is just a series of lines and ranges and stuff like that. But that's his website. Now, there's dozens of videos on there about, let's open it up. There's dozens of videos on there. There's all sorts of bits of software on there. And to join that cost $125 for a year. So for a UK, it's just under, it's about £100. And that's for a year. And there's all sorts of videos on there explaining the setups and everything. And if you want to see what Mac's about and you want to get a feel for who he is, he's been putting videos, which is a sort of a breakdown of the day's trading on his YouTube channel, which I'll show you. But to be honest with you, when I looked into trading, you can pay a lot of money to learn courses and you never quite know what you're going to get. But for $125, you just know you're not getting ripped off. Subscribers, where is he? But this is the guy here. He's very knowledgeable. He's been doing this years. And that's his YouTube channel, Pat's. And if you're looking at videos, look at the oldest. He's got videos going back 12 years. But he's away at the moment. But he puts a video on there. He does an analysis Monday to Thursday. of our trading style. He talks about all the setups, this, that, and the other. Let's have a look. But yeah, I must have exactly been trading futures. Yes, 1C mostly. Yeah, don't forget the high impact news. Yeah, when is it? Oh, it's done. We've already had it, mate. It did nothing. Where was it? Around about here. Yeah, it's done nothing in all fairness, so we can ditch that now. But yeah, you really need to learn a system, some form of a strategy. And you may already have one. If you have, great. But if you are looking for one, I can recommend Mac. I did a year initially when I started, and then I had a gap for about 6 months, and then I did another year just to go over the basics. Because it's always good to just keep remembering the basics. But there's a Facebook group where we all chit chat and swap ideas and post trades, which is relative to that system, which is there, max price action day trading, and we all post charts on here and talk about trades and all sorts of stuff. So there's a good community actually. I live stream. There's another guy called Sam. He live streams as well. Same style, Pats. So there's a lot of us. We sort of chit chat outside trading hours and that, but it's good. It's all right, man. Anytime. I mean, you can always message me if you got any issues or you got any questions. But what I would say to you straight away is if I'm talking to myself as a newbie, don't put any of your own money into this via opening your own accounts. Stick to a sim for a period of time. Brilliant. Stick to a sim for a period of time, and you have to learn a strategy, some sort of way of entering and exiting the market. And when you've done that, then you can start to add the financial side of it. But I think most of us trade with prop firms. Now, I can do an evaluation with a specific prop firm, which cost me $35, and I can trade however long it takes me, and then I can move up onto a live account and so on. But don't put your own money into a broker and do it that way, because I guarantee you'll lose it. So this is a much better way of doing it. But hook up with us. I trade here Monday to Friday. Definitely join the Facebook group. If you're interested, join Max System. It's $125 a year, and that's full of videos. And then basically just chat with us, ask as many questions, post your charts on the Facebook group, and so on and so forth. But trading's hard. It's very difficult, and it takes a long time. But if you stick at it and you work hard and you keep trying and keep learning, you'll get there. And most people start up trading because of the money, and you can earn a lot of money. We know guys in our trading circles who are earning a lot of money. For instance, Alpine, I think he's had about $220,000 out of the markets just in the last 4 months. So, but it takes time to get there. But you can always message me anytime you like. Private message me, email, whatever you want, and I'll always get back to you. But you can earn a lot of money in trading, but it isn't easy. And earning that type of money, it was never going to be easy. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, we're all here. You're welcome, mate. We're all like-minded people who are interested in trading. And we all, there's no competition in trading. It's not like you're taking business from me or vice versa. So everyone is happy to help everyone, because we all got to start somewhere. We're all newbies at some point. We all ask stupid questions, and but that's fine. It's the way it is. I would recommend Al Brooks' course as well. Okay, Al Brooks trades very similar to Mac. I believe Mac took his system from Al Brooks and maybe tweaked it. So there's Al Brooks as well. I don't know what he charges, but I know Mac's $125 for a year, so I know he's cheap. But I can't comment on the price of Al Brooks. But yeah, just do as much. The key to this is trade time, is chart time, trading day in, day out. As much as you can. The good thing about us in the UK is, if you wanted to trade something like the ES or the NQ, you can trade up to about 9:30 at night. So, even if you've got a normal full-time job, you can still get a few extra hours in. But I do tell you now, it's not easy. It's hard to trade this, to trade the markets. And you don't realise that until you start doing it. But if you are committed, you can make a career out of this. You can work. I mean, I trade for, on average, around about 3 hours a day, sometimes a bit less. And that's my job done. That's it. Albrook's about 400 for his 100-hour course. Okay, $400 is peanuts, in all fairness. You can pay thousands. If you want to join Apex's sniper system, it's $250 a month. Now, I can't comment how good it is or not, so it wouldn't be fair to, but, you know, it just goes to show I know another girl that trades in the UK that paid for the Warrior system, and I think she paid about $3,000. So you can pay a lot of money. So Albrook's, he might not be the most interesting of people. He comes over, he's got big goggly glasses and he's old and that, but I believe he's an absolute master at price action trading, so don't let that put you off. But I would stick to those two, I would, if you want to trade futures. I would probably stay away from currency, because if you trade currency, you're going to have screens everywhere. The good thing about trading this style is we have one chart, one time frame, and that is it. Yeah, he's regarded as the godfather of price action. No, stay away from Forex. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I did that for 6 months, and trust me, you spend half your day just looking for a currency pair to trade. All I do every day is I open up this chart and trade this chart for 3 hours, and that is it. So stick with the one chart, I would. It takes a lot longer to learn currency, I think, because you do spend half your time looking through just charts after charts after charts. But yeah, NQ, ES, either of those. I trade the ES, some trade the ES, some trade both, some trade the NQ, but they're very similar, but with their own characteristics. But it depends what you want to, whether you want to trade the NQ or the ES. But I would probably tend as unlimited. Okay, so yeah, maybe start with the NQ. But if you trade my style, price action from Mac, you can trade that on any chart on any time frame. So what are we doing? But yeah, if you want to message me or chit chat with any of these guys on here, there's been people I've been trading for about 3.5 years, but there's traders on here but been trading for years. So if I don't know something, there's people out there that do. And you're not the only newbie as well. We do have other new guys that come in and out from time to time. But trust me on that. Do not put any money into a brokerage and trade your own live money. You will lose it, I guarantee it. You may win the odd trade, but there's a whole other side that comes along with trading, which is the emotional side. And that is hard. So once you start adding money, especially as a newbie, I tell you now, you'll lose it. You won't think you will. I did it myself. I said I wasn't going to. I'm in control. And I ended up losing about $5,000. So stick to a sim. I would say for 12 months at least. But 12 months, and then maybe have a go at an evaluation just to start to get that feel of what it's like when you got some sort of skin in the game. Yeah, do some paper trading for a while until you start to understand what's going on. I would say 12 months personally, and then just take an evaluation. Pay $35 and trade when there's something that you could gain there. See, so, but yeah, never stick your own money in there, not unless you've been doing it years. Because you'll lose it, I promise you. Take it from me. Other guys in here tell you, you know, it's good to have other people to talk to who've been through that, you know, that a few years of that journey, and they know the pitfalls, and they know, you know, what to stay away from. And you can lose a lot of money in this business, so you've really got to keep tight on those purse strings. Yeah, exactly. There's a guy he's taking some time off at the moment, Wilson. Lovely guy. Most of us here know Wilson. I saw Wilson trading not long after I started, and he was trading 20, 30 contracts on a sim. And man, that guy was absolutely killing it. And I thought this guy's going to make a fortune. As soon as he changed over to started doing evaluations and PA accounts, he was a completely different trader. So once you start having some sort of financial input into this business, it completely changes. It changes how you think. And you've got to do it slowly. Yeah, take my word for it now. That's how you lose your skill. You want to take away the stresses and all that, and just learn to read the markets and to trade. You've got plenty of time to start to make money. But if you do it the right way, you'll limit the amount of money you put into it. I shit you not, honestly. Second Lance's advice under those circumstances, you risk. No, don't do it, mate. Don't do it. A lot of people do it, and they all lose money. You'll never hear of a complete newbie sticking money into the markets and winning. You may get a bit lucky. You can put money, you can bet on a horse and get lucky, but you won't do it consistently. And you will lose money. This business is tough. There's a lot of skilled traders out there. And as Max says, if you take money from another trader, someone else has got to lose it. And we're up against skilled traders who've been doing it for years, and they'll take your money. They rely on newbies losing money. So yes, trust me, forget about all the stresses. You're either an investor, trader, or gambler. Yeah, the difficult bit with this is trading is gambling, but it's gambling with an edge because you're betting on an outcome, exactly the same as a horse race, and it has that same addictive feeling. There's been times where I've felt I'm addicted and I struggle with my emotions. But there is a big edge in trading. There's a lot more skill in trading than there is, betting on a football game. I'm not saying there aren't, professional sports bettors out there who make money. There probably is, but, you can make money out the markets for sure, but it does take time and it does take commitment. Have weeks where everything looks easy. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I did 6 months trading currency, and then I moved on to trading futures, and I started, and the first 2 or 3 weeks on a paper account on a sim, I worked out I was making over $1,000 a week. I just happened to catch a nice trend, and I just got a bit lucky. And all of a sudden on a Friday, I drove out to where I was working, and I decided to phone my boss and tell him to shove his job. I came home, put $5,000 in a trading account, and lost it all in 3 weeks. So, the market will give you winning trades, and when you get a bunch of winning trades, it goes to your head, and you start to think, I've cracked this, and then you put money in, and all of a sudden you get nailed to the wall. I promise you there. But just stay on a sim. It takes all the stresses out of it, and just learn the business, learn the skill, and you'll have a much better time of it. So that's my bit of advice. Take it or leave it. But other guys here, you've had a few comments. They all say the same thing. Stay away from using your own money. If you want to spend your own money, you can buy me a bottle of single malt. That's a good investment. I'll be your best friend. But yeah, don't put any of your money in your own brokerage. You'll lose it. What's it, Brant? You can buy Brant a bottle of scotch as well. You could send that out to him. He'll give you some good advice as well. But there is some experienced traders in here. And there's always someone that will give you a bit of advice on what not to do and stuff like that. So, are you married to a Scot? Oh, yeah, there you go. We have got another guy, a friend of ours, Sam, Fife trader, who's going through the same sort of thing as we do. So, what is going on today? Where were you from again? Where did you say you was from? Oh, you're from South Africa. Ah, okay. So if you're from South Africa, I guess you're a cricket fan, are you? I'm a cricket fan. What time does Sam start his stream? I don't think he's got one today. I did look earlier. Sometimes he does it. He trades at 2:30, but he's got a full-time job as well, and sometimes it's around about 5:30, I think. But he's got nothing at the moment. I did have a look. I like to keep tabs on him, see how he's getting on. Let's have a look. No, he's got nothing at the moment. His last one was yesterday. He's got nothing. I'm watching the IPL. I haven't started yet, but I will be in the next few days. I was just talking to Sky about when is it? When does it start? It's not on for long, is it? They're crazy about cricket, the Indians, aren't they? I've got to say. Oh God, that's very tempting. That lower high. That's very tempting. That's an overshoot.
Order submitted.
Do I take that back to the EMA? Oh, that's very tempting. But no.
Order cancelled.
It's all right. I just had a quick glance at the NQ, and that does seem like a nice spike and channel. So I'm not in a hurry to go short. It has held, so maybe it will come down. Let's have a look. But no, if you the Indian Premier League's brilliant. It is. Isn't it? Doesn't it? It's only on for a few months, isn't it? Something like March to June or something like that. It's not on for long. Okay, there's possibly a second entry long, but we are quite a ways from the main. It looks like it does look like a spike and channel, but we're clearly going up anyway. I think that's fair to say. Let's have a look. There is a second entry long there. I wouldn't take that. Something about this I don't like, and we've had maybe a small break. So we could come to this EMA. Let me have a look. It's hard to say, that is, and now it's pushing up. So that's going to get stopped out. So I'm glad I left that alone. Same again. I like the look of this. This isn't looking bearish at the moment. So it kept me out of that trade there. Okay, maybe it is now. Maybe that'll work for one. Let's have a look. Have a look. Or is there a? There may even not be an overshoot. Oh, I don't think there is an overshoot. You know. No, I don't think there is. Let's have a look. So easy to get burned when trying to. Yeah, it is. Well, the reason I was looking at that is one, this area, and two, it looked like an overshoot. So that's the beauty of having the NQ. I can have a quick glance at the NQ. This to me is a spike and channel. And this to me looks not as pretty strong. Now, I'm not saying it's not going to come down to the EMA, but this is telling me don't think about going short. I wouldn't go short on the NQ, so I'm not going short here. But there is a couple of weak bars here, so maybe it may come down a little bit. But I don't think now there is. I don't think there is an overshoot. I'm not convinced. I had that drawn slightly different, so I can touch that bottom. And look, we're close there. We're close there. So I don't think there is an overshoot actually. Yeah, match to June World Cup. So the T20. Yeah, the T20. Yeah, I was looking at the next England games actually. I think we got Pakistan next. I think. Was the T20s in Pakistan? I looked yesterday, but I haven't had. I think the last bit of cricket I watched was the Ashes. I think because I've been so busy doing this, but I did go on the Sky website yesterday to price up the sports channel. I'm pretty sure I saw we had Pakistan next. We have got Pakistan, yeah, on the 28th of May. T20, that'll be for the, yeah. But yeah, I like watching the IPL because you get the best players from all over the world, don't you? Australians, Indians, UK. You get some really classy players playing together. Very tempting to take. Yeah, it was. I left it because of this, because of the NQ. Best fighting series, the Ashes, the very match. Yeah, I like the Ashes. It was a bit of a cop out, wasn't it? We would have won if it wasn't for the weather. And when you end up drawing, and the reason we draw a game was because of bad weather. Have you noticed Australia didn't celebrate this time round? It was a bit because the last time it happened. But we clearly played better this time around. But the trouble is, they retain it, don't they? So it's. But yeah, I absolutely love. I usually go when it's in the UK. I usually go to a couple of games. But my plan is to go to Australia for 6 weeks to watch the Ashes, to watch all of it, or at least a chunk of it. Yeah, absolutely. Well, KP is one of my favourite players. What's it from South Africa, isn't he, as well? There's loads of great South African players. Quinton de Kock, he's one. Another player I like. Who's the other guy with a double or triple barrel name? I forget his now. Yeah, they got some good players. But Kevin Peterson was someone else. Same again originally. Who's the other opener we used to have? He was from South Africa as well. I can't remember his bloody name now. De Villiers, yeah. Another great player. Faf du Plessis as well. Yeah, they got some great players. E.B. de Villiers, yeah. In fact, is my Facebook. Let me look at my Facebook page. I changed it recently. Is it still the same? It had. No, I changed it. I edited it. Let me put it back to where it was. This is how I had it up to recently. There we go. You'll recognise that. Table Mountain. It's Newlands Stadium. Absolutely incredible. I've never been there, but it's on my list of to-goes. I mean, what a view. So, what are we doing here? But it's a great game, cricket. Absolute great game. I went off football. I used to follow football a bit, but just because of all the trouble, just went off it. This is continuing on up, I think, isn't it, by the looks of things? Yeah, I wasn't convinced that was an overshoot. Okay, so we broke out of there. Now we got a bearish bar. Are we going to trigger that short or what? God,
Order submitted.
Let's see how that pans out. Oh, there's quite a lot of support there. Is going long into that the best idea? No.
Order cancelled.
That bearish, well, slightly bearish bar has just taken the decision out of my hands. I'm quite glad, actually. May still go up. The only bit that's making me a little bit uncertain about this is that NQ. We've clearly had a break, so we may come down to that AMA, which may bring that down a little bit lower. Sam, how you doing? We're just talking about you, mate. For your information, the top of your stream says streaming daily at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. It should be. ST. Oh, yeah, shit. Yeah, think of that. Of course it is. I'll sort that out. I'm glad you noticed that, mate. You're the first one that's noticed that. OCD. Yeah, of course, yeah. 2 p.m. Eastern Time will be about 7:30 our time, won't it? Cheers, buddy. Oh, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Oh, that's so tempting. Oh, I don't like this. Something doesn't feel right. Let me just bring that out a bit. I think that's fair. Cheers for that, Sam. You're not streaming today, bud. We just had a new guy in who started watching, and we mentioned you. Okay, that is pushing up. I looked at the second entry long. My only slight concern is this break and a new high on the NQ, so I'm just a little bit nervous about going long. Yeah, I'll change that later. Have a look at that. If we can get above there, then that'll make 2 points, I think. It's not far off there, actually. Okay, second entry long. That worked. It's just, I'm not a massive fan of this at the moment. Okay, we're having a break. Good. I'm glad. So I think, let's have a look. Let me have a look. That is going to get stopped out there. So that wouldn't have made 2 points. Depends where you got in it. I just don't like this. I'm glad I stayed out of it now, because that to me tells me that I should have stayed away from it, because it just about hit 2 points, so you wouldn't have got 2 points out of it. So let's see if that holds. Same again, another reason I didn't take it. We're having a couple of legs down here on this NQ. So if this is a reversal pattern, which I think it is, I want a decent correction so we can go up at a less steeper angle, somewhere around about something like that, and then recover some of this, because after this, and a little bit less and a little bit less, this to me looks like it's pushing up. In office today, not streaming. Yeah, I did out for some food tonight. I did have a look on your website, on your YouTube channel. But yeah, we got a new face in Vaughan, actually. Vaughan Mac. He said he was married to a Scot, so we gave him our sympathies. We said we had one in the another buddy of ours. So I showed him your YouTube channel. There he is, Mac meet Sam meet Mac. What is going on here? So I'm going to get rid of this at the minute, but I want a decent sized correction here. I don't want it to go down too far. See, he's from Scotland, but he doesn't get discount on whiskey. You think he would, really? You think if you were Scottish, you would automatically get a discount? Is this coming down? So, is that a small break? No, I don't think it is. Or is it? If it is a break, it's a very small one. It's all right. I'm just looking on this the 5-minute chart, and we've had this big push down, little channel, and a break. I do wonder whether this is coming down. You know, we got this little channel there with a break and a new high and a big bearish bar. So I'm wondering whether we get a couple of attempts to go higher. Let's have a look. Just running around the hills in kills. I will take a trip up there later this year, I think. I want to visit a couple of distilleries and drink as much free scotch as I can while I'm there. In fact, I remember years ago, my stepdad was in the army at the time. We were in we were in Omagh in Northern Ireland, and we went to the Bushmills factory, which I believe is the oldest whiskey distillery in the world or something. I'm not sure the oldest whiskey. I don't know, but it was in Belfast. It was the Bushmills distillery, and we pulled in a minibus, and there was a guy on a motorbike in front of us. I don't know, it's some 1000cc Kawasaki, all in black leathers, and he got off and went in the same time as we did. And we did the tour and had a load of drinks, and when we came back out as the same time as the guy on the bike, and he was absolutely pissed off out of his face. And he wobbled off on his bike. Crazy, isn't it? Leg and a leg. I've got deja vu here. That's weird. Take my sword. I wonder if I've got some Scottish in me. I might have. My dad was killed when I was about 3. He was serving in Northern Ireland at the time. But he was from North Yorkshire area, so you never know. I may have some Scottish blood in me somewhere. It was from Harrogate, I think, in Yorkshire. But I have got family in Scotland. Not sure. I've got a cousin somewhere. He was in Edinburgh for a time, but I think he's moved further north. And he's asked me quite a few times to come visit. Trouble is, once I cross that border, you might not let me back in. It's a risk leaving the UK. What are we doing? You know what? I think okay, the NQ is different than what I thought initially. So this is the NQ channel with a break and a new high. So I think now this may be coming down. Just at the moment. So if we can get 2 legs up and a decent bearish bar. We're going to see, we've got a small break there. Now, I know it's a small break, but it's a break nonetheless. So I've been caught out by going long here. And someone said to me we've had a break, and it was the tiniest things. It was the tiniest of breaks. So that's a nice channel. So I want a couple of legs up in a bearish bar. I'd like to trap some longs. Let's have a look on that NQ. Make sure that tells me the same story. Leg and a leg. So we are testing this underside as well. Have a look. If that doesn't make a tick higher, it may have to be a lower high, I'm afraid. I ain't taking that right at the bottom of here because it could cross over and push up. Mind to that NQ. It's looking nice on the NQ. That's tempting.
Order submitted.
Come on, get me. I'll give you an extra tick. No. I liked it because it was diving quickly on the NQ. Unfortunately, it didn't get me.
Order cancelled.
Let's have a look. So it's bouncing off that midline. If we can get a lower high. Okay, second entry short. I much prefer it when it ticks above there, and I don't like that stem. Having said that, we're testing the underside of this line. You took it for 6 ticks. Yeah, that's all I'd have had, to be fair, mate. 6 ticks. 6 ticks would have passed one of my evaluations. Would have got me to a payment level on one of my PAs. Oh, well, look at that. Nice. It is 2 legs up. That stem made me a little bit nervous, but on the NQ is a bit clearer. We got this channel with a break and a new high. Big, strong, lovely trend channel down there. Short-term trend channel. Hidden second entry short. Nice bearish bar. And this, I always find the NQ starts to move first. And this started to come down quick. Which is why I dropped a limit order in, but it didn't get me, unfortunately. But there you go. It is what it is. I don't mind missing stuff. It is 2 legs back up. I like the fact that it's testing the underside there. There is a small break with a new high, so this looks like a leg in the leg. So that's fine. Sometimes you miss them. Do you know what? I'd rather miss them than... I used to do so much of my trades by seeing a move and just clicking sell. But the trouble is, sometimes I did that and I ended up taking massive risks. So I kind of like the fact that I've calmed down enough to be able to try and get in the right way without, waiting for it to drop and dropping a sell order straight in there. Excited for 6. It's held up for a second before 8 ticks. Didn't like in the middle of the right. Yeah, it did stop there, didn't it? Right on that midline. To be honest, though, all I wanted is 6 ticks out of that, and you'd have got that, I think. Just on that, it's always nice to get out on that first push, isn't it? But to be fair, it came back a bit, crossed over, and came down anyway. So, so what are we doing? Are we trying to retest this again, or what? I thought when that went up, I thought we're going to have a couple of legs and then off we go again, but maybe we're not. So we've bounced there a bit. Now after this, whether it's a breakout of the range, I'd still expect that to come below there, I think. But unfortunately, that's just a first entry. But that range is still playing a part. You can see it, 2 touches there, 2 touches there. So it's still part of the game, that is. So that NQ, we've got a touch, and a touch. Leg down, 2 legs back, leg down. Not quite to the bottom, so that's probably why we had a break. I do wonder whether there is maybe something larger here. Maybe something like that. It's a bit early to tell, but it's certainly feasible. So we've got a bit of a break and a bearish bar there. I'm just sitting tight here. I am just at the moment. Oh, it hasn't triggered anyway. That's very tempting. No, I'm not sure about this.
Order filled.
Okay, I like that. Come on, don't stitch me up. I'm going to give that one extra tick. We've had this break out of here, so I think it's going to go down, but we'll have to just wait and see. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Oh dear. Should have gone out there. No, it's going to stitch me up here. Come on, push down, you bugger. I'm coming out break even. Don't do that to me now. Don't take me out now. It's going to, isn't it? Come on. Come on. Come on. Push. Come on. 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 Come on.
Order
You
filled.
bastard. Bugger. I thought I got out with a tick. Why has it took me out for a... it's going to make it anyway, I'm pretty sure, but that's all right. It's probably going to work. Yeah, I think it has worked. It's all right. What it is, I don't like the way it bounced there, and when it started to bounce there, I got down for a tick. I should have got a tick there. It hasn't. It's got me out for break even for some odd reason. I don't know why. Do you know why? What it was is that would have passed that. It would have put me. What am I? $60. Yeah, I would have. What's the word I'm looking for? It's all right. It did work in the end. I just lost my nerve a bit there because I'm about $60 away from a payment. Well, $61 now. But yeah, I should have just held on, really. My slight concern was price action probably got out for break even too. Self-control. Yeah, well, see, I'm not sure whether we did. What's making me nervous is this came down and bounced, and this came down and bounced, a little double bottom there. Now, let's have a look. I entered here and got out. It was the same. I thought it was the same place. Yeah, it's out for exactly the same place, look. But it's, oh, of course, yeah, got out for break even. I thought I was a tick lower, that's all. So I got in here and it went down. So it went down for 2 points. So it would have worked anyway. What it was is once it went so far, I didn't want it to come back on me because it initially had a push down, which I missed. Makes me nervous sometimes, the volume. Yeah, well, if you look here, this one is $61 away from a payment. So that would have just given me enough, one tick below there. But my concern was it was going to come back because it was a 3.25 point risk. So I thought I'd rather get out for break even +1 than it come back on me. But yeah, I mean, ordinarily I would have let that go, but as I'm so close to, as I'm one trade away from a payment, I just wanted another payment in the bag, that's all. It's probably going to come down and break below there, in all fairness, but yeah, I don't mind. It is what it is. Just take 3 ticks next, and then you go. Well, to be honest with you, I've only got that one set at 1 contract. I was only like $60 away from it, so I thought there's no point in going for 2 contracts. At least that way, if I lose a trade, I'm less there. But yeah, I could have gone for 2 contracts and take out 2,000. I'm taking 2,000 out of every one of them then, and then I'm just going to reduce down to 1 contract. But those two. One's above 14, one's below. There's some new ones there. That's now one below, but yeah, it's done exactly what it was supposed to anyway. But I mean, I'm $61 away, so I thought, well, there's no point in doing 2 contracts because if I do happen to take a loss, but yeah, I want the full 2,000, and I want to take 2,000 from every one of them, like the Alpine does, and then he goes in. Yeah, that was the plan. I think I put it there just enough, but it, look, it did come down, didn't it? But the trouble is, what I didn't like was this, and then this, a double bottom. So if I'd have just held my nerve a bit, but it's one of those things, isn't it? It's all right. I mean, I've just took $4 off the total, so that's all right, to be fair. So I actually kind of like the trade there. We push up, we have a little break, we make a new high, it ends up bearish. So that was it. So yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? You took out 2,000 when I reached 26, and then yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Just get down to 1 contract, and then when I get over $1,000, I'll go back up to 2. So. It's one of those things, isn't it? So, which is a shame. It's just one of those things, isn't it? Trouble is, when you're getting close to payment, you do get a bit nervous, but not so much nervous. I just, I didn't want it to go back on me. When I saw that double bottom, that pushed up, and then another double bottom, which finished here. I thought, have I read this wrong? Because after such a strong move down, and a break and a new low and a break and a new low, and then we get this push up, my concern is we have 2 legs back, and then off we go again. But to me, it looks like we're coming down even further. So it's just one of those things. I wasn't far off there, in all fairness. But the risk was about 3.25 points. So once it went down so far, I thought I'm coming out break even, whatever happens here, because if I have got it wrong, the worst that's going to happen is I come out break even. I'm not in a rush either. I can't even put in a withdrawal for another, until, I've got till the 5th, so I've got tomorrow and all next week just to get one trade on that. So I'm not in a rush. But, if this is kind of rangy, I'd expect to probably get lower. Top step, they don't have a consistency rule when funded. You can have some good days without thinking. Max 30% total profit. Be nice if Apex changed that too. Yeah, it would. I kind of get why they have something there, but the trouble is, if you want to get a payment early, you kind of come out of a trade earlier, which I think is the saying is, you stay in your good trades as long as you can and get out your bad trades as quick as you can. And if you're sitting on a runner and it's getting up towards the $700 or $800, you'd be tempted to come out because you're thinking, well, I can't go over 30%, otherwise I can't take a payment. When any decent trade in the right mind will be trying to hold on to it as long as it goes. But I remember seeing Moo he had a runner and he got about 25 points. On 10 accounts, about $2,500 on his PA account in one trade. The trouble is then he's got to get to about 8,500 in those accounts before he can make a withdrawal, and he'd done it over all 10 accounts. So, it's good in a way because it forces you then to have to build the account, But I just haven't got that 100% belief in Rhythmic and the way Apex work with it to feel comfortable in leaving a lot of money in this account. Because, if Rhythmic goes down and it's a blanket, if it goes down, and affects everybody, then they're pretty good at updating. But if it happens to a bunch of us, I've heard people say they said they wouldn't do nothing about it. So that to me isn't, enough confidence for me to leave my money in, with them. If you've got 10 accounts and you've got $5,000, they've got $50,000 of your money that you might take months to build up. And if all of a sudden something goes with Rhythmic, I get it. It's not Apex's piece of software, but Apex specify to sign up to their package, you have to use that piece of software. So if something goes wrong with it, as far as I'm concerned, they're responsible. They may not own it, but they're responsible. Your best day was 30.8%. I got my pair. Yeah, I think they are flexible. I think they have to have some sort of rule to deter people trying to just get lucky. Right, what is happening here? So we've had this sort of leg down and a break, push up, and now we seem to be coming down again. Nothing I can do here, unfortunately. It's just too congested, that is. Fade the breakout possibly. I just don't like what I'm seeing at the moment. The bit that's concerning me, we're at the bottom, now we're coming away, so it could trigger you and come up a bit more. This I don't like either. If you go from there, you're missing there. Never triggered that anyway, I don't think. No, it didn't. Right, let's have a look, see if there's anything larger here. I wonder if there is a bigger channel from the highs of the day. Actually goes from there, touch, 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 touch. Maybe. I think that might be a bit early, although it kind of works. Let's have a look on the NQ, see if there's anything. Okay, excuse me just for a quick minute, just a quick bathroom break. Okay. I'm just going to ditch that, I think, for now. There's something. I wonder if we just are ranging again. We've had this channel, we've bounced and come straight out, so I'm going to get rid of it. We've had a breakout there and a breakout there, so I think we're just ranging at the moment. Let me take that up a bit further, I think, to there. Maybe there. Touch. Oh dear. Is this all within prop firms? Correct, yeah. Yeah, it is. These accounts I got here are prop firm accounts. you start with an evaluation, and if you pass an evaluation, you go on to a PA account, which is just stands for performance account. So you can build up money and get payments. It's so much cheaper than putting your own money in. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. You certainly can, and a lot of money as well. Well, the thing is, mate, we all start somewhere. We've all got to start somewhere. It was 3.5 years ago I was in your position now. So everyone has to start somewhere, so we all know what it's like. So, yeah, that doesn't matter, mate. That doesn't matter. It was a second entry long there, but it's just too far from the EMA there for me. What is going on here? It's a bit hard to read today. We are just ranging at the moment, but after that big push down, after that I thought we were off. Well, we were going then, but then we came down. Then I had a couple of legs down, so I don't know what's going on at the moment. Clearly ranging, but how long for? In fact, I'm going to just adjust this one to 6 ticks because that's all I need on this one for my yeah, I just want to go for 6 ticks on the next one because that'll get me over. $75, so $70, 80, 90, 100, yeah, that's fine. I believe you can, yeah. Whether it's have a look. You could certainly download one from somewhere. I don't use one specifically with my style, but you will be able to get one from somewhere. There's one here, unless it's under something else. But you can download them. You can download them. Yeah, I've got the full license. I've got it on the full license, and it's not there. For some reason. Interesting. It's in order flow tools. How is it? Oh, I got you. See these order flow tools. Oh, I see. It'll be in one of these somewhere, will it? Yeah, I got you. I got you. Order flow VWAP. I got you. Oh my Christ. Okay, that's confused me. Let's get rid of that. It's probably settings, something to do with settings, isn't it? That's scary. Looks very technical, that. Yeah, there's probably settings just to have it, isn't there? I mean, you can see it. If I go into bookmap, you can see it on bookmap, I believe. I think it's in bookmap, isn't it? So that's it there, I think, isn't it? The purple line, I think, which is around 5045. I'm pretty sure that that's it. 5045. Oh, there's a lower high there. Oh, that's tempting. Trouble is in the midline. See, after this, we haven't quite hit the tops, have we? So, I'm just sitting tight at the minute. Hmm. Okay, excuse me just a sec. Okay. What are we doing? I tell you what, the NQ is just absolutely showing me nothing. The NQ is completely confusing. Maybe there's something larger there. I'm not sure. A couple of attempts to go higher, maybe. 2 legs down, 1 attempt, 2 attempts, 3 attempts, and then down again. I don't know. I don't know what the NQ is doing at the moment. 1, 2, 3 attempts, and then a drop, maybe. No idea. Not a clue. Okay, channel break, new eye. Okay, so have we got a leg up there with a couple of legs of correction and another leg up? Maybe. We may be getting that. We've had a leg and a leg, a leg and a leg. Retest, leg and a leg, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So we've had a break and we've had a leg and a leg. So if we can get a lower high from this, my only slight concern about taking a lower high is if we have got a channel, all a lower high will do is bring it down a bit before it turns. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hmm. Okay, so we got a touch, a touch, a touch. Hmm. Okay, so we got a leg. I am looking for a measured leg up here. Is this just a bigger range? I'm not sure. I wonder if this is coming down. This is the NQ. We've got like a channel, we've had a break, we've had a measured leg up, so I think this may be coming down, so have to keep an eye on this. Looks like a couple of legs. Channel break, new high. I had my suspicions. I'd like to come back and retest this underline now. So for me, I think we're just ranging at the moment. I think excuse me. So similar here, channel, small break, new high. We had a leg down, made 2 attempts to push higher and then dropped. So same here, channel break, new high. We got a channel down, looking for a couple of failed attempts and then to come down some more. I don't think there's anything larger there. There may be, in which case if it is, we're pushing up, but I'm looking for it to fail here a couple of times to come down, so I don't think there's a bigger channel. There may be, but it's irrelevant anyway. I'm looking for a failure here. So just looking on that NQ, we got this channel down, 1, 2, measured me, we've got a leg down, we've had a pullback, bullish bar, and it's triggered, so it'd be interesting to see whether that comes down or whether it goes up. So we got this leg down, we could make 2 attempts to go higher and then drop. some more. It's always possible. But I'm looking for this to fail here. Let me just get that. Put that there, I think. Let's have a look. We got this big leg down here. One attempt tire, second attempt tire. It's hard to know what we're doing here, whether we're going to something larger and coming up to this levels, or whether we're just going to make a couple of attempts and then fail monumentally back down here somewhere. What I will say is it's struggling to get up. it's struggling to get up now, and my experience is when it does, we get a fair sized drop. I say a fair sized drop. Right down. We got to get below that EMA really before I'm thinking about going down. Okay, so maybe it is a channel with a break and a new high. Let's see what happens now. Kind of is a second entry short there. It's not the best looking bearish bar, but it does look like it's going to try and push below here. If it does, then you'd probably got some points, but at the moment I'm just not sure what's going on here. We've got a leg up there and like two legs. Another push down. Now we seem to be working. It's a bit hard to trade today because it's just trying to figure out what's going on. It's definitely going sideways at the moment, but is this now trying to push out? I want to see that below there. Okay, so that's got stopped out. not sure whether we're pushing up and we're making 2 attempts to go lower, and then we're going to go higher up to this measured leg, or up to this measured leg initially, then the larger one. Okay, we want to push down now. There is a possible lower high there. Trouble is we keep trying to hold above that EMA.
Order submitted.
Bigger than I want.
Order
Not only that, if
cancelled.
this is a channel, it's right at the bottom corner of it, so that's risky. I'd like a break here, keep below the EMA, and then I think we may continue down. Trouble is, we got a leg up there. We could have 2 attempts to go lower. This might be like a what's it type trade, penguin style trade. Can have a leg up, 2 attempts to go lower, and then up we go. It's unusual that it's continuing to come. You know, it's giving me signs. Let's go there. I'd like to see this measured leg played out. We haven't come down there. This is the lowest we've been. So for me, I think it's likely we're going to push up. Leg and a leg. Trouble is, it could still come down. It's just hard at the moment. But it does look like an attempt up. 1 attempt lower, 2nd attempt lower. We have possibly trapped that. But I don't know, the NQ is looking like we need a new low from this. Touch, touch, touch. Breaks. We've had a measured leg up and a leg down. We've tried to get up, so this looks to me like this is likely to drop. And if it does break below these lows, this is where I'd say we're heading. So I've got conflicting feelings at the moment. After this, we had sort of like 3 legs, and now we're pushing up. So I got mixed feelings here. His plot execution instead of his marks of trade. I haven't. No, I do tend to watch him because I like to sort of work out what goes on in his head, because it's, if you take it along, it's kind of like a second entry long, but on a bigger scale, isn't it? So, but I do follow him. I think he's a great trader. He's very good at what he does. Okay, so that bar is likely going to get stopped out. So it does look like a leg and a leg. We've pushed above that EMA. Trouble is, if he took that trade, he'd want to be out before these eyes, and you're not going to get a one-to-one trade like that, in all fairness. If you wait for it to push up and close there, your stop's there, you're way above all this. Not saying it's not going to work, but we skipped it, that one there, yeah. That's my concern. We make 2 legs. See, for me, after we've had this, and eventually we've made a new low, and we've had a strong push up, and we've had a correction and a break and another low, and now this looks like it's working up to me. I'd like to see a measured move played out. We've come down and pushed up strong. We've come down again, pushed up strong. So it's just finding the right direction, really. So we've had a break and we've had 1, 2 pushes up. Now we've made a new high from this. So now is this going to come down? It's so hard to tell it because it's quite hard. You know, for me, I'd like to see a measured leg up here, but we have been up here 3 times now and turned. And as I mentioned on that NQ, we got a channel down here with a measured leg. And look how bearish that bar is, trapping that long. So I want to see this come down and make a new low after this channel. So 2 legs up, we've made 1, 2 attempts and a big bearish bar. So I'd say for me, I think the likelihood of this is going to come down and break these lows. Now, in what manner it does that, who knows? But it's weird how we've pushed up, we've come back down, we've pushed up. Look at that big bearish bar just pushed straight through that EMA. Yeah, it's just hard to say. For me, I think it's likely we're going to come down and break those lows. We need to get past there, really. There may be some stops there. It needs to get below there and possibly there as well. So we got a leg up, maybe 1, 2 attempts. So if we can get below here, then we'll break these lows, I think. But it's just, what do you do? Do we go long? Do we go short? Do we go long? Unfortunately, there's just not a lot we can do at the moment. It is a little bit choppy, and it could go up or down. When I look at this chart, we're making multiple attempts to go low and we're struggling. For me, I'd like to see this leg, this measured leg made, because as we've come off the bottoms, look, we've only got 2/3 of the way down and it's reverse strong. So I'd like to see this up here. But the NQ is looking more like I want to see this come down and retest these lows, but it's chopping at the moment, so it's hard to trade at the moment. So I'm quite happy sat here watching it go. I want an obvious setup. We haven't had one yet. The only relatively obvious one is that one. Having said that, we've had a break and a new high. The lower high would have been the better option there in that bar, to be honest with you, but I like the way it pushed up and then just dropped right down, so it did work. But we sort of had that, we hit this area twice and pulled back, so my concern was it was going to come out leg up and another leg up and stop me out, which is why I got out for break even. But trapping a big bullish bar there. See, I don't want to go short. Look at that EMA, it's still slightly facing up. And we're above this now, so that does look like 2 attempts to go lower, and eventually we're up. I at least want to make this measured leg out. Let me just see if there is a bigger channel there. There may be, actually. Possibly. I just don't like all this choppiness. I'd rather leave it as it was. I think that was a nice trade. It's just a shame that didn't break a little bit above there, a tick above there, and finishing a bit bearish. I'd have taken that one. In fact, if I remember rightly, didn't I jump in? But it went. I jumped in with a limit order, but it went. This is hard to trade at the moment. Okay, that measured leg got smashed. No problem there. So, leg up, leg up. That looks like it's coming up here. So, break, a few pushes up to a new high, maybe a bigger channel. I'm not a massive fan of it, but I will acknowledge the fact that there may be one there. Let's have a look. Actually, it's not too bad. Yeah, I really think we're done with the downs. After this big push down and pull up, look, we've made 3 attempts to go lower and we've struggled, and then up we gone. So I think we're likely to recover all of this. But it's not easy today. It is messing around a lot. There's a lot of that one. It's a shame that wasn't a tick above that one, because that would have interested me a little bit more. I got a limit order. I'd have a little bit more forceful with that limit order otherwise, but it is a nice channel down with 2 clear legs up, but I prefer that bar to sort of idea tick above it and then engulf it really, or close to it. Where the hell's that thing come from? So we got a few touches down here, a touch. Oh, strapped to that measured move. I think we've hit it there, haven't we? Closer, we're a tick off it. You can probably adjust this to be... No, maybe not. Still in the channel, I think, so I'm alright with that. Okay, folks, I'm just going to take a quick 5-minute break, stretch my legs, make a quick cup of coffee, and I will be back. Okay. Okay, that measurement is played out. Channel break, new high. Looks like it might be a bit of an overshoot there. The only thing is I'm not massively convinced on that channel, but I did look at that as an overshoot. We had an overshoot bullish bar which triggered. But the trouble is, I don't know whether there's something a bit tighter here. We got this channel, then we got that channel, we had a break, then we had another little channel. So going short in a channel isn't something I sort of like to get involved in, but that does. You got that short, thank you. Yeah, that does look like an overshoot. I'm just not a massive fan of this channel, although it still kind of fits okay. I mean, that worked beautifully. I'd prefer it a little bit bearish, but I thought, we're getting right to the top, so it's going to stop, but then it started to go again. It didn't all of a sudden just shoot and get an overshoot. I mean, the overshoot went up very slowly. You done? Yeah, you take it easy, bud. Friday, unbelievable, another week gone. Okay, we're going to get a second entry short here. Right, let's see if that triggers and comes down. Surprising me, that is. It's possible. Tough day today. It's been alright lately. There's been a lot more setups. I haven't seen a single triple test today. I've seemed to do well on those lately. May have been one there actually. 1, 2, 3. Actually, that may not have been a bad call. 2, 3. Maybe. It's surprising me, this market, what it's doing. But no. Let me just take some of this out of the way and see if I can figure out what's going on. Maybe we got a leg and a leg. I'm starting again, I think. Let me have a look. Let me just clear some of this up. I just didn't like that channel, to be honest with you. Let's just tidy some of this up. This thing doesn't want to finish, so I'm going to adjust things. This is just a bit choppy. Yeah. This thing's finished going down. It's clearly working up, isn't it? Channel break new high. So that's played out. Got a little channel there, break new high. Got a touch, touch. Going to shoot as well. You take it easy. Anytime, mate, you're welcome. Let's go to the. Yeah, mate. Yeah, my email address is in the. You'll see it on my YouTube channel, and if you can hook up me on Facebook if you want, you can private message me, mate. I can talk trading all day long, mate. So anytime you got any questions, just fire away, mate, and I'll do my best to answer them and anybody else. But we got a nice community, mate, here. So any issues, any problems, any questions, just fire away, and we'll answer them for you, mate. So I appreciate you walking up. It's nice to get some other UK guys in. We seem to be surrounded by Americans. They take over. Brilliant, excellent. You take it easy, pal. I have a feeling we may get a dry day today, which is all right. I don't mind not taking any trade. Well, I say not taking any trades. I got out there. I should have let that one run in the end, but did what it was supposed to. A couple of legs down, leg up, break new high, bearish bar. Clearly came down. Trouble is, I'm close to a payment on one of them, so I got a bit cowardly. It bit me, but it did do what it was supposed to anyway. But yeah, I thought I got a tick out of it, but doesn't seem to be. Time for a cuppa. Paul, how you doing? Yeah, I got one on the go here. Yorkshire tea on the go. I'll leave my tea bag in. You can't make these strong enough for me. I'll be about another 10-15 minutes. My cut-off point is 6 o'clock. I don't trade past 6. I have quite a strict time, 2 till 6. Rules which I follow to the letter. Oh. 3 doges in a row. Have you updated the latest? I haven't, mate. No. I've avoided the last couple. I put a message on one of the Apex groups a couple of weeks ago and said, "Do I upgrade?" And someone said, "No, I wouldn't. There are some issues." I don't quite know, to be honest with you. But I remember about maybe 18 months ago there was an update, and Apex told us not to update it. Why? I'm not sure whether there's some issues with Rhythmic or not, but I haven't, mate. I did see it pop up and I just ignored it. But it's the trouble is, like, what you don't want to do is update it and then some issues that doesn't stop working with Rhythmic. So I might just, in fact, I actually messaged Chris from Apex, but he never got back to me. So I might just, I'm leaving it for now. I might just maybe put a note on one of the Apex groups again and just see if anybody else is. But you just don't want to rock the boat. Everything, yeah. I'm not just everything works at the moment. There's no issues, so I know it's kind of a good thing to update it. It fixes any bugs, but trouble is if it knackers up your system when it comes to working with Rhythmic, it doesn't do us any favors, does it? So I'm just going to put my feelers out and see if I can't get a little bit of information. See if I can find out why we don't. See, my understanding of software, it's always good to update. You get them on your phone and all that, and it does fix bugs, but the last thing I want to do is have headaches. Okay, so that measured move is played out. We're a tick off it, so I'm happy about that. So we got a leg and a leg. Gotta get down here, really, haven't we? I'm in the mood for a movie tonight. I'm going to watch that. What's that new film? Is it? It's on Sky Movies at the moment. Oppenheimer. Anybody watch that? I might watch that tonight. I'm in the mood for a movie. A couple of single malts. I may even order a Chinese. Anybody seen it? Okay, look at this. Seemed better, did it? Was it any good? What did you think? It's what's her name in it, isn't it? From what's his name? From Peaky Blinders. Get his name now. Oh, excuse me. 10 minutes and I'm done. You didn't like it? I like the site. It's not all right. I got it free anyway. I think it's just come on to Sky Movies, I think. Okay, there's a leg down there. I want another leg down. Trouble is, we have just played that measured legs played out, so we could possibly get a break. So I wouldn't take that long. To me, that's a risky weak trade. So I expect that to trigger, which it has, and get stopped out. And if it does stop it out, we may get down to this level because I wouldn't take that. This channel looks okay to me. I want it confirming though, really. That now looks like it's sucking longs in. It's going, if you didn't take that one, it's giving you another option here, and then it's going to come down. Well, that's what I think anyway. Could rock it up, but it's just a leg down, really. So I expect that to come down. If you don't take that one there, you may take that one. And if you do, it trigger you and then come down and stop you out. It's got trap root all over it. It's a weak position. Both those bars are weak positions. I wouldn't take those. I mean, it may still go anyway, but I would expect that to break below here, which would be a leg and a leg. Come on down. Come on, follow me. Mind you, this market's done stuff I didn't expect today. It's pushed up when I didn't expect it. So who knows where it might go. I'd like to see that bullish bar trigger on the NQ because that is a weak position to me. So I'd like to ascend that trigger and then come down. Oh, mind you, look at that. It's just shoved up. So you may have got some points. I still want it to come down. Well, you wouldn't have got 2 points off it yet. I still expect it to come down. Depends where you got in it. But I want it to get down below those 4 bars there. So a leg and a leg. 2 legs back, or even maybe a triple test along this line to go up again. It's just not strong enough, these are there. we've had that measured leg, see, so beautiful. Okay, leg and a leg. Let's see what happens. You calling it? Yeah, you take it easy, Chris. I'll see you tomorrow, bud. Yeah, they had to get stopped out. Really, they're weak. In all fairness, there's nothing. They're going. It's going nowhere really. So, are we going to push up now, or are we going to get a break? I'd like a couple of legs really. We've hit that 3 times. So for me, to get a push up above that lot, I think we need a break. I'm not taking this. This is a bit of a trap, I think. It may work, but the fact that we've gone up here once, twice, 3 times, and a bearish bar, which is taking out any liquidity sat there in them stops. I'd like to see a break. Okay, tick above that and then come down. It is a second entry long, but I just don't like this picture. First entry, second entry when it breaks above there, but for me, I think we need a break here. I wouldn't take that trade. Yeah, see, a year ago I'll be getting caught out of them left, right and centre. It's clearly 2 legs back. It's clearly a second entry long, but this just looks crap. I just don't like it. We need a break, really, I think. So that for me was always going to get stopped out. It is a second entry long, and guaranteed there'll be people taking that, but context is just all wrong, really, at the moment. Measured moves played out. We need something. We need a break. Triple test would be nice. So I'll be looking for maybe. I put that line there thinking I may call that a 1, but I think this is just 1. But we need 1 leg and 2 leg back in, a triple test along there to push up. But I like the channel. We've got a touch, and a touch, but we're clearly struggling to get up 3 times. So for me, we've got to have a break. Interesting. It's actually looking much better on the NQ. That channel is much better. And we went sideways there and picked off there. So 1, 2, you may even call that a triple test. It never came back. But that's a much nicer channel, I think. Now, is that a break? I think touch, you have to say it is. I think sometimes even the smallest breaks makes the difference. Are we going to come back again or not? Yeah, it may be a dry day today. What time is it now? 6 o'clock is my cut-off point, so 5 more minutes and I am done. We might get a little push up here. There's probably going to be a few stops around there, so might get a little pop there. Leg up and a leg up. Or is that a triple test? God, ban it. Got break. New high by Tech. Well, matching new high. Is that a second entry short there? Triple test. So tempting. So tempting. Two, three.
Order submitted.
Let's see how that finishes. No, I'm sitting tight here.
Order cancelled.
It is a triple test and it may work, but at the moment we have had a break. We haven't quite made a new high. It's a Well, we are quite bullish, but it is struggling, so it may work. Very tempting. Trouble is, on the I just don't like shorting in an uptrend. There is a failure there, but I don't really want to take that one either. Let's see where that goes if it triggers. I was very tempted to get in there then, very tempted. But it just goes against triple tests, pushing up 1, 2, 3 to go higher off an uptrend. It is struggling to get up, and I think it's due a bit of a flush down we had made. Now, I don't like taking triple tests in an uptrend, especially short triple tests. I much prefer to come up there and go 1, 2, 3 and then go higher. But look what's happened. Look, it strikes me as it needs a flush down or it needs a break. So it literally triggered, went up, stopped out that trade and maybe any stops here and then dropped again. So I'm just sitting tight here. It's a bit confusing when it starts to go sideways and it struggles to go up slowly. It can be a bit unpredictable, and if your patience get the better of you, it very nearly did. Then I very nearly jumped in there as a triple test, but it just doesn't feel right. And I think, you know, as much as I want to sort of hit me sort of $60 on this one target today, I also don't want to be stupid about it because I've got a week to do it. So there's plenty of time, and taking it on a weak position like that, it's been a funny afternoon actually. I had it drawn slightly different, and then it seemed to be a bit steeper, and we've been up 3 times and bearish, and all of a sudden it pushed up quite strongly and broke it. So just when you think we're struggling to get up, you know, it pushes up quick, stops any shorts out there, and then drops again and bounces off that line. So it may push up, it not, but I don't like what I'm seeing here. It's a bit unpredictable and not very clear. I know we're working up at the moment, but what I've found, my experience tells me the slower this works up, the quicker it comes down. And I don't want to get in and get caught out just through lack of patience. I've very nearly got in there. It's not a massive signal bar, but if I'd have got in, it'd have stopped me out. So it's much better to go away on zero than a trade down. It really is. You know, yesterday I didn't see a great deal. There was one yesterday, but I don't think even Thomas Wade took a trade yesterday. There wasn't a great deal around yesterday, and sometimes it just falls like that. You know, we had a day last week where there was 3 trades in quite quick succession. I didn't take them all, but you know, nice triple test. There was some nice looking trades, and it was kind of, you know, a reward for all the crap we've had lately. But, you know, sometimes I get a bit itchy and I want to hit that button, but I just held back and thought, no, if I leave it, I can guarantee I'm not going to lose a penny. And I do not like taking shorts in a clear uptrend, even if it is a triple test. Triple tests, I think, we've pushed up, we come back 1, 2, 3, triple tests, going long, you know, in the direction of the uptrend we've just come off. There wasn't here really, but there you go. Sometimes it is what it is. Sometimes it's just crap. It's slow. It's not very clear, and it's very slow. I hate getting caught in a slow market because if you do, you know, as I say, the quicker it goes up, the quicker it comes down, or the slower it goes up, the quicker it comes down, and it's struggling at the moment, you know, so I think really we're due a break And that's why I didn't really want to get involved here. So that is it for today, folks. No trades today, but that's fine. I got no issues with that. If there isn't anything that tickles my fancy, then I'm quite happy staying out. I got no issues. Excuse me. So I hope you've had some green today, and I hope you're staying out of the red. I did take one earlier, and I got out for break even. I lost my nerve a bit, but it did work. We had a channel with a break and a new high. We had a bearish bar, and it pushed above that and came down bearish again, and eventually worked. It did a little bit of flitting up and down, trying to scare me, and it worked. So I got out for break even, just minus fees. So apart from that, I did try and get in somewhere else, but it went without me. I tried to get in on a limit order, that one there. But you can see it literally crossed over and just came down. I dropped my limit order in there. I even gave an extra tick, and it just didn't get me in. But that would have worked. So, but that's fine. It is what it is. It's easy to see all these trades at the end of the day, but in hindsight and in real time, you'd have very little time to think, and you've got to, use all your experience and just make a quick decision. Whenever we make, I'm risking here, if I risk 3 points over these accounts, I'm risking $2,000. Put it this way, if I spent $2,000 in a month, I would look at the bed for a month before I decided whether to buy it or not. And we've got to take a trade literally in a couple of seconds. And I think sometimes if you're in doubt, then I think you're best off just to stay out of it. You never lose a penny staying out of a trade. But that is me. I'm done. I've got 4 minutes, and I am... I broke my rules. So that's it for today, folks. Friday tomorrow, another week done. I'll be back again. If you're carrying on trading, best of luck. Failing that, stay safe. Have a great evening, and I will see you all again same time tomorrow. Bye for now.